He's working it. Come on, Tracy, tell me something good.
After like 20 years of my husband's Mustang being stuck in our garage,
Yay.
one of his, someone reached out to him who is listens to him and said, you know what? I have a warehouse and I house classic cars and I will come and pick it up and house it for you until you want it back or you sell it.
I love that.
So now I can put it in there so they won't get it be a fourth time.
Tracy and I think they've had their catalytic converters stolen 5 or 6 times, right?
So there's a guy, I have a friend who has a Prius too, and he had just gotten his cover done. So, but then there's an additional coverage to it that this particular guy does that they can't get to, because even if you have a cover, apparently there's some way to get to it.
Yeah. Can I tell you?
So they cover it, yeah, even the connecting panel of that. So, and I heard it's relatively much cheaper than most people.
Well,
Thanks for the.
when your insurance literally looks at you or calls you and says, we don't believe you that you fixed it last time, you only had it back 3 weeks, you have to send us proof that you fixed it.
Yeah, but right now there's a back order of like 8 months to a year.
Catalytic converters.
Yeah, and so, and the insurance only covers 30 days of, you know, what is it, rental? So the guy's got like 8 Priuses just parked in this, you know, and every time they come in for a tune-up, he advises, hey, you should get this covered, and then they don't, and a week later they come back and say, someone stole it. Yeah, apparently it's huge, so if you have a Prius, you know.
It's not your Prius. I have a client that had 2 stolen from Ferrari. And
Well, I don't-
insurance won't cover that. So
I don't think it's as easily accessible. Like people are picking up the Prius and just picking it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a lot.
So they
Yeah.
have a whole.
They actually bring
Good.
cinder blocks with them because there's 2 cinder blocks now next to my car in the driveway. I'm like, where's these come from? Yeah, they're like little chunks of one, and I'm like,
They'll just kind of put it, yeah.
yeah, thanks.
Crazy.
All right. Anyone else tell me something good? Christina.
Something good.
Oh, the other Christina.
Fantastic. Wow. Great job.
I'm always surprised at people's willingness to participate in those types of things. You know, in the days when I used to do it, we used to put down 500 bags, and I felt like we always picked up around 100 bags, like, you know, 1/5 to 20%. You know, it's amazing, and congratulations, and it's very kind.
Clothing drive in December.
Clothing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pick up from houses.
Yeah, yeah, it's, you know, thank you for your public service, right? But it's a business piece. It's also, look at how many touches you have with that community for that, right? You know, you're talking about it on the newsletter you dropped the month before, and then you're putting down the bag, and then you're picking up the bag, and then you're leaving a thank you note, and then you're putting it, you know, thanking everybody in your newsletter. So there's, you know, a minimum. There's probably more in there of 5 moments where you were connecting with your community, right?
I think that people would be generally inspired, also kind of their, I guess, recognition of your work will also kind of get them to be more encouraging.
Trust you more.
Yeah, to trust you, but then,
They associate you with this.
but I think that's gonna bring you opportunities because of just, you know, the inspiration that you may give to them,
Yeah.
you know? So, you know, they'll like you more. You always want to work with people they like, right?
So did you like distribute the bags like in your neighborhood
I did
before?
bags this time. I just did flyers, door knocking the whole week before, except probably because no one wants to see me. I'm looking but the whole week flyers, and I gave them a link. If they couldn't sign, if they couldn't bring food, I got their email, gave them a link, you know, put them in my database, and encouraged all the, and then so yeah, but next time I'm gonna say, I didn't get a lot of food actually at the market. They're like, oh, you're not gonna be here next week. I was like, but when I do the clothing drive, I'll say, can I pick it up from you?
Yeah.
So then I'll have a chance to follow up
Yeah.
with them that way.
Yeah.
And I got like 30 emails on the day, and I got about 20
That's amazing. Congratulations. Anybody else before we move on? Tell me something good. Come
I
on.
have something.
Oh, that's right.
I do want to share. So, so I immigrated here from South Korea when I was 5 years old. It's been 40 plus years, to not do the math, but anyway. So my mom went back to Korea when she immigrated here. She was in her 20s when she came, and then she went back in the mid 90s for the first time, like in 18 years. And then my mom actually retired last year. I forced her retirement. And she's been kind of hanging with me for about a year, just kind of figuring out what she wants to do. We've been talking about this plan for her to go back to Korea 5 years. Finally made it happen. So, so I finally shipped her back to Korea yesterday. So I was, yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely, it's equal, but yeah, yeah, because, you know, I've been my mom's friend, husband, you know, just everything for her for my entire life. And so I've had an immense, I guess, you know, responsibility for her. And she did so much for us. And so she was able to go and reunite with her. She's still on the plane right now, but mom for the first time in 20 years.
Wow.
That's her mom.
Her mom. So my grandma, I got to see my grandmother in 2019 when I took my family there. And so it was, we were in a room with 5 generations of women. But my mom, she's the oldest and she has no family here. And so she's been on her own for 40 years. Yeah.
And how old is she?
My mom is 40.
Her mom.
My grandmother is 86 years old.
Your mother's not 40.
My mother is 60. Right. My grandmother and my mother are 20 years apart. My mom and I are 20 years apart. So
Wow.
yeah. So
I love it.
yeah. So I thought it was.
Congratulations. I mean, a lot of us want to do those kind of things for our parents and never get the opportunity to, right? It's good for you.
Yeah.
On that note, my mom came to visit for 3 months last week after 10 years.
She started.
She hasn't been here for 10 years and she just arrived.
She just arrived.
Yeah, she'll be here.
Brought her with you.
I will bring her to one of the meetings for sure. Yeah, like, so she's staying until January.
Excellent. All right. It's found. There's a lot of catch up.
Yeah.
My mom called in the middle
Your
of
mom called? There you go. Love all of it. All right. Let's move the party forward a little bit. Next we have KWL Business Planning Clinic next Monday. Just because it's free, don't think that it doesn't maintain immense value. Okay, our ownership group's putting it on. I'll be hosting, and there'll be several other team leaders teaching different pieces of the model. Okay, so we're going to try to do it in that 3-hour set. I was not a fan of that. I'm sure it's going to go a little longer, but sign up quickly because I think that it's filling up, if not close to filling. When will the Business Planning Clinic be in our office? Clint, I'm not going to tell you that because we have this one right in front of us. Okay, so I will do it again, but I don't have a date quite yet. All right. All right. That's and there's a e-bike, right? That okay, great. Get in there and sign up, as I know some of you have already done.
Can I be late?
Yeah.
Can I leave early?
Yeah, tell them.
Can I not show up?
Is that the way you treat your business? Okay.
Good answer. Yeah. I mean, I'm
saying.
How am I gonna communicate to her that I can't talk?
Your mother?
Yeah.
She doesn't text?
God, no.
Go in my office and talk. Here you go. Here you go. Every Tuesday, 11 to 2 is the caravan. And guess what? It is, there's a lot to see. right? There's a lot of houses. For as low inventory as we have, the agents are dedicated to making sure their houses are seen. So we never seem to have a lack of things to see, and it's lots of fun. Just show up here at 11 a.m. On Tuesday. Well, it starts from here 11 a.m. Every other Tuesday, right? So next week it'll be here, right? We'll start from here, and then we try to less. On Tuesday we went and we did kind of Culver City to Santa Monica, which was fun. There's some interesting stuff. A different culture of agent too. So it's an interesting little piece as you travel further west. The agents have a different vibe. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not getting into that. Let's Joe, and you'll see. All right, next we have Thanksgiving potluck is next Wednesday. Is that next Wednesday already? Wow. Okay, in office 12 to 2. That's right after the office meeting. We'll be having it. There's a sign up. Paula, where's the sign up? Or are we looking at what people are bringing? Yeah. So, yeah. Obviously, your first time. Okay. When you leave it open, everybody picks up a pie.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the Thanksgiving potluck is 20 pies. Okay. So what you want to do is create slots for starter. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Like a sign up genius.
Yeah.
Protein.
Yeah,
or
because
salad,
let me tell you, there will be 20 pies. Okay, and that's for next Wednesday. Now there'll be no pies after today, right? We can always run down the street. All right, so that's next Wednesday, right after the office meeting. Are you two, hey, you two, are you two done that?
She wants to bring wine.
She can bring wine?
She has to
She
bring
was
enough.
afraid it was just for me.
I was told her she had to bring some cold
That's
water.
Arguing.
I believe.
That was totally my intention.
On November 5th, we're gonna have our holiday party. December 15th. Did I say November 15th? December 15th, 6 to 10, at a private residence, Paul Morris's private residence on Mulholland. There's an Eventbrite also.
Is there gonna be ballet?
Yeah, that was my question.
You can't do it without ballet.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you can't do it without ballet. So even though he's not like in a very congested area. RSVP on Eventbrite will go out today, right, Paula? Yep. All right.
Just a question on that. Would that be with?
+1. It's a +1. Yeah, +1. Yeah. What's that?
I never did.
No, it's just myself last time.
I never bring anybody. I always come by myself.
Your husband enjoyed himself one time, didn't he? He's.
He
baked
himself
really
moderately at at one of Dragon's.
Oh, at the art show.
I missed that.
We're gonna get back on that. Maybe we'll do spring.
I think we should do it in right, maybe like February or March.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
You could be on the committee.
Okay.
All right, that's.
We'll make it happen.
We
Yeah,
will
like, I
make
know, like, when we brought it up at the LC meeting, like a couple of months ago, I think
And they're eating.
I was like nervous
Want
about
to
it.
go see real quick? They're across the street in the driveway. Let's go see. Come on.
Yeah,
Who's talking?
I actually invited some clients to the art gala and they really enjoyed it.
Yes,
So,
every-
No, everybody asks me all the time, like, so, yeah, like, so we
like
yeah.
talking in topic for clients and it's an
Yeah.
opportunity for you to invite and rekindle with your clients you haven't seen, especially after the holidays.
Yeah, prior to COVID, we had yearly art shows. We take out all the furniture in here. We moved the front desk up here as a bar and literally like 500 people. We had art all over. Dragona curates it and gets everything hung and it was
So much fun.
Always.
We had a DJ last time. We had And then Megan had all the video and she was filming everything. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blast. We'll do it.
We'll do it. I think like after the holidays, after things that like slow down and there's not much going on, like then we'll, you know, like everybody's gonna be in town and I think it right before second quarter.
Yeah.
That's done.
Okay,
We'll put it in the book. We'll make it happen.
excellent. All right, next is upcoming classes. Morning show, Tracy, Lorna, myself on Fridays. It's a warm and friendly place. And it's full of motivation and problem solving. It's really great. Everybody should be on it. 9 a.m. every day. It's a great way to get your party started every day, right?
The party started.
Thank you, Lorna and Tracy, for being there for us.
Our pleasure. It's being there for us too.
Next is Christy Bailey has keep every lead and follow up with leads. That is, what's the date?
9.
Okay, that's tomorrow, is keep every lead and follow up with leads. Strengthen your relationships on Friday. Shooting over to Monday, it's qualified potential buyers and sellers. Bonus one thing at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. on Monday, and then on Tuesday it's Wynwood buyers with the GPS bonus at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, and then Wynwood sellers on Wednesday. It's a lot going on. Yeah, we should break those out. Let's make sure that one thing and GPS, those two classes are broken out, and that we promote them to everybody, because that's additional to the Ignite program. All right, perfect.
You need to not.
There is another class just on the same day. Yep. KW Tech. All right, there's a couple things. There's KW 66 day challenge 4.0. They've redone that. It's on YouTube with Marty Miller. And then team meeting overview. Scott Leroy is also doing an overview. He has it on YouTube also. Those links will go out along with Scott's education on direct mailers tomorrow, DocuSign 101 on Friday, command overview on Monday, referrals overview on Tuesday, and then setting goals for 2023 on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right, round robin role play on Thursday. Samantha, you want to talk about that?
I noticed some people have a limitation about talking to other people, whether it's agents or potential clients. So this is a safe space to come and talk. We're going to talk real estate. So we're going to do a little round robin with different scenarios and just get people to practice and talk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more important than ever to be in dialogue with your sphere and the people in your community. That's how you can be of value. That's how you win the opportunity for the future. Bottom line. So, building
Practice us versus practice.
Absolutely.
Did your Finley come? I would like often.
Oh, we can.
We're not doing it on Zoom for this one because I want to be talking live. But there are a lot of people who can't come, so I think maybe I will set up something else to do.
Excellent. Thanks, Samantha. All right, round robin role play. That's on Thursday, November 10th. That's tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, the time is just escaping me at this point. Okay, November 14th. This is Christy's breakout session. The one thing she's teaching on November 14th from 1 to 2:30. I absolutely recommend inviting. Did you say okay?
I did, and I took a picture of it.
You're so compliant.
No, but I must do my photos.
Okay, next is GPS. All right, well, Paula, you You solved the problem immediately, apparently. Create your 2023 business plan in GPS, or in GPS workshop. The GPS is about is one of the tools I really love. It's the 1-3-5. 1 meaning business objective, 3 goals and achieving that objective, and then 5 strategies for each of those goals or priorities, as she calls them.
This is the same day as the clinic?
Well, that'll be for the people who can, no, November 14th is the clinic. This is Tuesday. That is on Monday.
Okay.
But the 1-3-5 is an amazing tool. What you wind up with is 3 areas of concentration that you're going to build activities around in your business. Cool.
Love it.
And then you move those activities to your calendar, and you wake up tomorrow and you start doing them. Schedule it and do it. All right. Core services, Andy, come on up here. Oh, they got the big picture. Now the boys are taking up your real estate. What's that about?
Hi, everybody. Tomorrow's big day. CPI numbers or consumer price index numbers for October come out. Remember, these are what we're looking at. This is what the Fed's looking at going forward, and they're measured on a year-over-year basis. So last October 2021, the CPI measured 0.60%. If we see any indication of lower than that, that's a good thing. And I know we've talked about it as we get into the latter part of this year. The numbers for last year for the same correlating months started creeping up. So if we start to see numbers coming back, that's going to be a good thing for
baseline
for last October, right? For Fed policy, you know, this will be an indicator for them. Are they going to sort of pull the reins back on larger rate increases? There's another increase coming in December. Is it going to be a quarter? Is it going to be 50 basis points? Is it going to be 75 basis points? Keep your eye on the CPI numbers. And just remember the CPI excludes food and energy, which is a big factor. The other
gas prices are
yeah.
Food prices.
Yeah.
Because of supply chain.
The other piece too is that the Fed, we've talked about recession. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. One of the biggest factors when the Fed calls a recession is unemployment. The BLS, or the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they come out monthly with their jobs report. On paper and by numbers, it looked stable. There were job creations and so forth. What's misleading about it is that the largest job creations came in leisure and hospitality. We're also now starting to see big tech companies are starting to lay off. Facebook announced today 11,000 people laying off. Job layoffs are one of the biggest indicators for the Fed to actually call we're in recession. So we know that we've been in a housing recession. Keep your eye on unemployment. This is just the beginning. Again, it doesn't have to be catastrophic. It doesn't have to be, you know, doomsday Armageddon by any stretch, but this is an indicator of going and leading into this recession.
What are what are people saying, whether they're paying on the street, you know, up, down, census?
I just read something this morning, projection could be around the 0.4%. Down. From last year. Well, 0.4 just for October would be they're maybe projecting 0.4 month over month from last year. On an annual basis, you know, that's an entirely different read. What we're looking at is the October this year compared to October of last year.
The Fed's looking for job loss.
Yes.
Anyway, they want to see job loss a little bit, right?
Correct.
That's their objective.
They are trying to pull money off the streets.
Pull the reins back on spending.
during COVID, it was like spend, 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 spend. Let's fuel the economy. Let's give all this money away. Let's print money. Let's get people spending while we're all locked in our houses. Spend money, spend money. Here you go, here you go. And now it's the opposite, because inflation is too few goods and too many dollars. Right. And so they're trying to pull the reins back, and by increasing the Fed fund rate and making it more expensive to borrow on a short-term basis, they hope that people curb their spending. It's credit cards, it's home equity lines, it's car loans, it's things on the short term. That's what the Fed fund rate is. So yes, they're hoping for job losses because it will curb.
It's kind of like a gotta get down and get up.
Yeah.
So you have to go through it, you know, to get on the other side of this inflation.
Yeah, hopefully.
So another thing that I was interesting that they said, like, for instance, the job losses that Facebook went 7%, they off 7% of the workforce today. And then the S&P 500 companies, and you see job losses in those companies that really only like the total amount of jobs out there in the S&P 500 is like really only 20% of the jobs out there. And so what they're really looking for is more pain in small and medium. But I don't know what else.
That's where trickle down economics works. You know,
Well,
the big boys start to lose first, and then you're in the corner.
Well, and keep your eye on lending and lending institutions and banks. Wells Fargo, I have a list of 40 different institutions. Movement is on the list, and we're ranked as one of the lowest in terms of year-over-year decline. Wells Fargo, for instance, reported a 90% drop in loan origination. That's
Since when?
90%.
Since when? Since like what?
This year
This is
compared to
six months.
last year. Yeah, year to date. 90. There's other companies. Loan Depot is down a lot. Fairway, there's all these companies that are down 30, 40, 50, 60%. When we talk about loan origination.
Last 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The losses that happened in the last,
Last 6 months.
last 6
If you take, so let's just break this down really simply. If we take down the fact that purchases are down, let's call it what, 30%?
Yeah.
Purchases are down 30%. Refinances are completely gone. Let's call those down 90%. Only if somebody's in a desperate situation are they forced to refinance at this point. So refinances are down 90%. If you're most lenders or brokers or banking institutions, you were in a frenzy and feeding off the refinances for the last couple of years, right? Your business is down 90%, maybe 50%. Movement's down 14%.
But you guys weren't invested in refis. Is that-
We did do refis. We were doing refis, but the foundation of our business since the inception and start of Movement Mortgage in 2008 was purchase and real estate agents. It's our game. This is where we thrive. This is how we were built. So
You've always done many more purchases than refinance.
our purchase
Even
business is
during
like
COVID.
75. Well, now it's like 100% purchase, but even during refis, we were more 75 purchases and 25% refis.
And banks heavily invested in refi when they
Yeah.
have the opportunity, because it's easy, it's easy money for them, right?
Yeah.
Just taking money from the Fed and they're relending it to you or with a, cherry on
Yeah.
top. And the assets already, has equity in it, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
Right? There's no process.
So keep your eye on those institutions and companies too for layoffs.
Excellent. Thanks, Andy.
So my question, which forgive me for not Googling this, standing right here. We've all made the assumption that the Fed is not interested in crashing the housing market like 2008. But have they ever actually said that they will not let that happen again?
I don't think they had a choice in it happening last time. It wasn't Fed driven.
No,
Yeah.
but they did,
They bailed out.
they rescued it. Are they willing, has there been any indication, is my question, is should this continue long enough that the market starts to slide because of it? Is there any indication that they would?
Listen, they haven't called a recession at this point. I don't think they're willing to stick their necks out on anything. Speaking of this is a good point, actually. I just read this morning that the percentage of first-time home buyers is down to 26%. It's like a 40-year low or something crazy. 2021, it was up to, 2021, it was up to like 37%. And then in 2010, it was 50% were first-time homebuyers. Home ownership is a massive, massive, massive driver in this country. There are huge advocates for first-time home ownership and home ownership as a wealth builder. It is a massive thing. There's specific programs and loan options and government programs and stuff to fuel housing. They want people to own homes. So to answer your question, no, they haven't said it. But I think we've talked about this months ago too. I don't think that they're gonna drive it into some deep, dark hole that we're not able to get out of. And literally is all it would take is for the Fed to say, guess what? We're buying mortgage-backed securities and interest rates would drop immediately. That's all it would take.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it had actually come up beyond our internal speculation.
Well, it's one of the two major levers they have.
Right.
Is the stock market and the housing market.
But you keep hearing, home affordability is an issue, it's an issue, it's an issue. And are they looking to, in their minds, maybe fix it or, and that would be.
It's also, fixing it means
prices drop, which means all those people, those first-time home buyers that bought in 2021 would be underwater.
but you can't have it all. You can't have, you can't have prices drop and no inventory.
Right.
There's still buyers in the street, and even if they announce tomorrow that they're buying mortgage-backed securities and interest rates drop 2%, guess what? There's
No, I agree.
there's still no inventory. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
We're in the same, they start buying more, if the interest rates drop, we're in the same place we were for the last 3 years, 3 to 5 years, right? Low inventory and a large buyer.
Yeah.
Right, and in the buyer pools is going to be even larger because what happens is, the people who are not buying now are accumulating wealth, and they're going to be rabid to buy, which pushes up, which puts more stress on the existing inventory to perform or to rise in value, right? We have more people who want it.
Yeah.
So it's how do we get the sellers off the sidelines?
Get them the price that they want.
But to your point, last week or 2 weeks ago, I have a seller who had got the price that they wanted, but where's she going? Right?
Yeah.
She's
not going
Well, they have the 2.5% rate,
Right.
6%.
Right.
Changes that, yeah.
Her interest rate is like 2 point something. I mean, she ain't going nowhere.
Right. until she knows where she's going. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if there's
The transition has to make sense for her.
an opportunity,
Balance
it's an
out.
opportunity. I mean, Andy talked about this earlier today in that, just because a house is the interest rate compared to the sale price, if the sale price gets some contraction on the sale price, that's more valuable buying at buying a house that you would have had to compete with and pay 1.5 for, and you can now get it for 1.4. At 7%, knowing that you can refinance in a year it's a better deal. You'll pay less for the house and you'll pay less over time for that house once you
It is.
right?
It's true. It's less expensive to buy now at like Joey said, a lower price or a negotiated price and a higher interest rate in the short term than it is to pay a higher price at a lower interest rate down the road.
I think, you know, even with the interest rate being as high as it is, the problem still that we're all running into is there's no good inventory. And if there is one, there's still a multiple process going on. So we're not avoiding multiple still.
Yeah.
You know, we're still very competitive market for good inventory.
Oh, yeah, all day.
New construction that's low.
Oh, yeah.
There's no builders, there's no permits being submitted, and the reason why is because builders are not finding it worthwhile for them to build here anymore. The cost of acquisition is ridiculously too high. Their construction loans are too high here. Cost of labor is too high. Material is across the board is going to be the same price if you're building here or if you're building, you know what I mean? It's the cost of labor. Yeah, but state taxes and that, but overall it's cost of labor. Cost of labor is 3 times here than it would be, let's say, for instance, like in Idaho.
Well, I was gonna take a nosedive by this.
Because they were the inflated.
Better for a buyer to
Boise,
buy
Idaho.
at a higher price,
It's better to buy
California and live
a lower price with a higher interest rate.
than a higher
For a
price.
short term.
But for a short term.
Yes, no one likes
So
California.
it's here.
Yeah.
Don't see the number,
Oh, the higher end markets.
Yeah.
Falling off a cliff.
Yeah, the margin is not there. The
Yeah.
margin's
Yeah,
not there.
and they're not selling because the buyer pool on the higher end is all predicated on, you know, these guys they're buying for cash, you know, 90% cash, but all that cash is coming from stock.
Stocks.
And
nobody
wants to
The rich are not, the wealthy are not spending because their funds are all tied up in stocks or, you know, crypto or whatever it is that they've been investing for the last 3 years. So there's very little wealth that's actually moving right now, but
The high end special.
Yeah.
But for a house that is presented correctly and is,
in a desirable neighborhood, they're still extremely competitive.
yeah,
The east side is still a hot market, if you
Yeah.
believe it or not. Atwater, Silver Lake, you know, what is it like? Highland Park, right? Even El Sereno, which I wasn't a big fan of for a very, very long time, but I've been in El Sereno for like 6 years, and now El Sereno prices are $850 on an average, you know? Yeah, El Sereno was a $400,000 market 4 years.
Long time, yeah.
Just even 4 years ago. You know,
that's the entry level. So
it's 800 for El Sereno. So it's just, you know what I mean?
And
very, very
talk about-
stimulating
And
conversation.
to talk about the high end that you're talking about, it does, at least the numbers that I just looked at, it does look like ULA is going to pass. So for anybody that sells high-end properties in the city of Los Angeles, I don't know exactly what it's gonna mean. I don't know how the numbers really work out, but if you sell a property before 999, is it gonna be not taxed? That extra 4%, but if it's 5 million, it will be, or I don't know if it's over the 5 million, I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
I think it's over 5 million. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fine print is, but it's not good. I have clients that are very upset about it, but it is specific to the city of LA. If you have high-end clients, just Pasadena, Beverly Hills, not to say they won't follow, but right now it's just the city of LA.
Yeah, and that money's going to, that tax money.
Oh, it's going into that big pot of consultants that talk about fixing homelessness.
Oh.
That's where it's going.
Let's go. It's more constructive.
All right.
It's more constructive. Andy, thank you for taking up the majority of our meeting. It's okay.
Important person.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, next is, hey, Raha.
Raha sent a message earlier, she had to jump, but she said to thank everybody for doing excellent job on submitting on command, and she said, keep up the good work. Submit your work. And she said, submit it as soon as you get the listing or whatever it is, so you can get it started.
What's the timeline on that, Ryan? On submitting your paperwork?
3 days.
3 days?
2 days after execution.
Thank you, Rich. Yeah, Rich, does Rich have a slide here? Rich, you want to jump on, Rich? How you doing today?
Sure. Just really quick, Joey has heard this because I brought it up in Westside last week. But if, for any of you who saw the Diane Sawyer interview with Matthew Perry, we all know that in the 90s and early 2000s, he was at open houses stealing medications. So maybe now, when we go over that listing agreement about hiding your valuables and hiding your medications, people will believe us because medications are number one thing that is stolen from open houses because they have easy access to it. So that's a great thing to bring up when you're doing a listing presentation. And it's funny because nobody thought Chandler from Friends would be stealing meds. And then the other thing that was brought up in Westside is, how about telling us what risk management things are coming up? And so I chose a case that I have, not this office, where an agent had a listing and took an aerial shot, theoretically from a drone, of the property, and then drew a red line around the property to signify the property line. Well, that wasn't the property line, and now we're in a lawsuit with the owners saying that that's not the property line, and you owe us a whole bunch of money because you represented it was, even though in every piece of paper it says that the agent does not guarantee any information. Please don't draw lines, trying to signify a property line or even say where the property line is. They all, buyers need to do their own surveys and whatnot. So it can result in a very costly situation. So that's it. I'll let you move on.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Next is, who do we have next? Ben, are you here?
I'm here. Hey guys. Hey Joey. Great information. Always very mystical about the whole Fed situation. They get to play economic god with everything. Just real quickly, wanted to ask, does anybody know, or does anybody know if LA County has same-day recording?
What?
Orange County. Orange
LA
County.
County or Orange County, yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the reason I asked because that's come up in couple of our competitor situations where they're promoting that. So the short answer is no, there is no same day LA recording. However, if all ducks are in a row, for example, let's just say Thursday we're waiting funds and the funds did not come in, we can set it up for Friday to record as long as the funds come in before, like say 8 o'clock roughly, and we'll get in line through the process and wait. But if the funds don't come in, then we'll pull the file. Of course, escrow has to release it for recording as well. So that's like the only way for that to actually happen. So go ahead.
Right. You're kind of playing.
Ben, isn't there special recording in the county of Riverside and also Orange County as well? Because I've done same day recording.
Correct. Yes. Some counties allow it. Orange County for sure allows it. I know that because I live here. But yes, I'm talking specifically LA County. That does not exist. If somebody tries to sell you that, it does not exist. And again, the only way that can happen is if all ducks are in a row and we're ready to go and funds come in. As you guys, if you're familiar with the process, we as title, we are the ones that actually record everything at the end. So that's why we sometimes do things that we record, we get a little bit of blame for it, but we only do what we're told to do by escrow when they release the file to record.
So it's sort of like an illusion of same day recording, but in actuality, you're just doing late funding the day before. Is that what I'm getting?
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, correct. So this works for example, like, you know, Thursday, again, you missed it. They missed, the funds came in late and they missed it, or funds didn't come in yet. Just still going through conditions, and this happens a lot. And then Friday morning, you know, everybody's agreed to close already, but funds come in Friday morning before, say, 8 o'clock, because, you know, a lot of the banks are East Coast. They'll send it in the wire. We confirm the wire, then we record it. That's how that works.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Ben.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I'll fight with Christina about that later. Mary Kay, you want to say hi?
Hi everyone. How are you? Advanced Group Inspections. Yes, someone just mentioned about inspections in Eagle Rock. We're doing inspections, many of them in Glassell Park, Eagle Rock, Inglewood, more in Pasadena, in Glendale. That's what we're seeing. The West Side, we are, but mostly in those areas. Want to say thank you for everything. I don't want to take too much time. We had a long waiting. I always like to listen to you guys. Andy, most of the time I'm here because I want to listen to your updates. You're amazing. And my husband always asks me, what did Andy say about the rates? So just know your information goes to my husband, and I'm sure in half an hour he's going to call me. What did she say? Is everything okay? I hear a lot of lenders, but you're amazing. I just want you to know that. The way you explain, the way you bring updates. Just wanted to say thank you, and I love you for what you do. Thank you.
That's really sweet. Thank you, Mary.
And
Encourage you.
thank you very much. I love you all very much. Thank you for all your support. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Are you on there, David, or yeah? You always no. All right, let's move forward. We have a lot to cover still. We have new agents. No, we have birthdays. We have Alex Choi, we have Kaya Anderson, and Taylor Bradshaw. All have birthdays today. 3 today. Tomorrow, Gary Lee and Julia Olson all have birthdays. Then there's Angel, there's Marisa, there's Pam, and there's Samson. All have birthdays this week. Wow, November, busy time of year. Getting into Sagittarius season. All right. What we love. Next is closings for this week. Bates Hennington closed on Budlong, the Woodward team on Plymouth, Barentine Group on Lowry, Laura Anderson and Bea on Clump. Also Christina and Doncher on Finley.
Doncher's first escrow closing as a buyer specialist with me.
Yeah, because Christina doesn't allow him to leave his desk during the day. New escrow. It's okay. He likes it that way. Monique Caulfield has a new escrow on Redwood, Barentine Group on 75th, and Christina on Helms. Congratulations. Some new closed leases. Anna Lee on Arlington, Matthew Lobby on Orange, LA Group on Murray, Tiffany Chin on Orange Grove, and Chloe Kim on Earl.
Let me tell you something about this new escrow that I just opened. You know, everyone's talking about this market turn. It's in Culver City. It's listed for 1.8 million. We got it for 1.425.
Wow.
Wait, say that one more time.
So down market opportunity.
1425.
Listed 1.8.
Yeah.
We're in contract for 1.425.
Your purchase.
We're the buyers.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a total tear down, but then it came with RTI plans and the seller was an architect.
Wow.
So we got the plan. Huh?
How many days on one-time market?
It was on the market for probably about like, it's on the market for maybe like 3 months now. They've had offers. We're not the highest offer, but the seller loved my buyer. So they just, actually, I didn't do nothing. I just brought them the property and then the buyer and seller did their negotiating on their own. They just called me and said, hey, write it up this way. We'll get it accepted. They accept it. We're an escrow.
The person has to, well, I'm sure what I see just on the surface is that the seller placed value on the permits and the plans and all of it, right? And they probably had some emotional attachment to it also. So knowing that, you know, in most developers, they don't really care about that. They just want they want the raw land. They know what they're going to build. it's a formula, they know what the cost of everything is, they don't want to reinvent the wheel and go through somebody else's, vision. They just want to do what they know how to do.
So the last deal that I bought, same spec, tear down, Culver City, same lot size, whatever, a little bit less inferior neighborhood, no plans. We bought that for 1.675 this past year. So this is an incredible opportunity, you know.
It's in proper Culver City.
Culver City proper, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, excellent, thanks, Christine, it's important. All right, next is new listings. Single family, what do you got? Caitlin Penna has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath in California City. She's already sold 3 of these. She has a developer who built 6 of them. And they're kind of, they're eking them out one by one, all around the same price, $355 is the asking price.
California?
California, it's in, oh, I can't, no, it's, I can't remember where it was. It's in Riverside County.
Okay, oh,
Yeah, it's out there. North, yeah.
Like near Tehachapi.
That,
oh,
It's like east of Tehachapi.
that's,
well, that's
that's on
not,
the
that's
west
not
side.
Riverside.
That's on the west side. That's up north.
It's east of, it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have to drive through like Palm.
Oh, I thought it was the other direction. I thought it was Riverside, but
It's out, it's east of Tehachapi.
it's east.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it somehow connects up there along
Yeah.
that, ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. For $355, you get a 2,000 square foot house, 1909, new construction.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep. Next is John Barentine and Chuck, or the Barentine, otherwise known as the Barentine Group, have a property on Ames. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, so slight contrast, 2,400 square feet for 1.899. Cute little cottage vibe. Tiffany, you have Granville. You want to talk about that? 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
About it last week, but it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a good starter home, or if someone wants to retire and downsize a bit. 1,039 square feet, very straightforward as far as move-in readiness, and we get 2 parking spaces that are tandem and a storage locker in the garage. And there are 18 units in the building. So
Doesn't take much. It's
it's nice to have like a small community. So HOA is 346, 347, 17,
to be exact.
something like that per month. Yeah.
All right, next is for $750. Next, Laura Anderson has a new property, 3020 Norton, which is really quite lovely. 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 1,860 square feet for just under 1.6. The developer I think he did a really nice job of it. It's a nice property, really nice. All right,
What is
next
that,
is,
Jefferson for? Like,
Yeah.
leases.
They're offering, I had a conversation with Maury about that yesterday, if anybody
About that
has
property?
a buyer. Well, just they have a very interesting loan situation on that because it's considered an opportunity zone for First Republic. And the rate would be between 3.75 and 4.25 with a relationship. And it is a 30-year fixed rate. So if you have anybody that's interested in that neighborhood, I think the max loan amount at the higher is 1.4 though. And at the
They have to
lower
put a
is
larger down
so
payment.
they'd have to have a significant amount of cash, but the rate was pretty incredible.
What's the lender again?
It's a
First
special
Republic.
loan product with First Republic.
You have to have a
what they
couple
call
hundred.
opportunity zone or diverse neighborhoods that they're offering. 3.75 with relationship million or under, and then up to, I think, 4.25, they can push it up to 1.
Yeah, you will have to have an account with them.
It's called an Eagle.
No, you
product.
don't.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make an
This-
account, but you don't have to have a pre-existing account.
No,
No,
you can make
no,
it.
you have to-
Yeah, you have to put money in the bank. All right, Dragon, you want to talk about Richland?
Sure, it's a cute one bedroom, and, you know, like not too big, but like beautifully like redone inside with period details, like preserved, like original, like doorbell, like it's really adorable, a top level inside of the, you know, like,
550 square feet,
Have air
2,300.
it has the window unit and central for, you know, like force air.
Excellent. And reasonable price.
Yeah.
Lena Generoff has Poinsettia 2-bedroom, a 1-bath, 1,400 square feet. It looks like a side by side for $4,250. Matthew Lobby on Mariposa, or Mariposa. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, large, 1,800 square feet, huge, $3,995. Seems like a bargain. Dayon Kerr on Wilshire Boulevard has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath at 1234 Wilshire. It's 990 square feet for $5,000. And pocket listings coming soon. What do you guys have? Pocket listings, some opportunities that's coming up, anything? You're gonna sit out the rest of the year? What are you gonna do? No? All right, everybody's got their buckets full apparently. Anybody online have a pocket listing they want to share or coming soon? Oh, you want to talk about your coming soon? All right. What's that?
I can talk for
Oh.
David. I can talk for David.
Yeah, please.
We had, on, Mono Drive in Woodland Hills, we had a $1.6 million deal fall through. It's going back on the market tomorrow.
And that is a
3-bed, 3-bath, about a 2,300 square foot hillside home, completely redone as of like 2017. Gorgeous, like showroom, beautiful. It's on a hillside, but there is some flat land. The problem is that there's encroachment that we're dealing with. And then we have another home to be going on sale in the same area, but on White Oak, and it would be anywhere between 2.7 and 3.1 million. And that one is a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, 5,000 square foot home.
excellent.
And then another on Las Virgenes in Calabasas, and that one is going to be anywhere. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 867 square feet. And that is going to be anywhere from 560,000 to 580,000. Condo, yes, thank you. Yes, condo.
Excellent. All right. Anyone else? Anyone online want to share, and we'll move forward? All right, let's move forward. That would mean we are. The before we leave thing always throws me off. Wants, needs, fill the bucket. Who has any wants or wants or needs that they have, or they have clients' needs, they have fill the bucket.
If anybody hears of like an office space on Larchmont or right by, like, a friend of mine, writer, is looking for.
No. I mean, in the village, there are the 2 spaces. There's one over the
Soul Cycle,
Soul
Cycle,
right, that's
and the
space.
one
And
about
right across the
Flickr,
street,
yeah.
Easy. It's on- easy. Yeah. Yep. Larchmont's.
Yeah.
But above, there's.
Yeah.
All right, anyone else wants or need? Anybody online need anything they want to share? It's a quiet one. I know, everybody is napping this week, apparently.
There was more, there was like 25, I think.
Exactly. Good for the turkey day. For the turkey. All right. Excellent, guys. Don't forget about the business planning clinic, the Thanksgiving potluck, and have a great week. Productive